Hello, my crafty friends. How are you today? Thank you for joining me. I'm going to show you how to make this pocket card, and I'm featuring the Zinnia Designer Series paper and the Zinnia 3D embossing folder. So you've even embossed the envelope. Can you see that? There you go. So you can see that. So I'm going to show you how to make this really cute card today. So as you can see, it's a pocket card. Since it was zinnias, I went ahead and put some zinnia seeds in it, but you could certainly put, use any kind of paper that you've got. You could put a gift card in there, or you could just put a little message in there. I just thought this was really pretty, and as soon as I saw the zinnia paper, I knew I wanted to do something like this. So thanks for joining me. My name is Linda Edwards. I'm with Crafty Heron Designs, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And if you like what you see, I would love for you to give me a thumbs up and follow my video or Facebook page, wherever you are seeing this. And that way you will be notified when I do more videos. I do quite a few videos. I try to do at least twice a month, and I hold classes in my neighborhood. I'm in Greensboro, Georgia, and I hold in-person classes and will also offer classes to go. So I would love to meet you in person or love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator if you are not currently working with someone or you are not a demonstrator yourself. So let's go ahead and get started with this card. As I said, I am featuring the Zinnia 3D embossing folder. It is from Stampin' Up! And it is an online exclusive item. So that means you will not find it in any catalog. And it is really beautiful. It does have a stamp and die set that goes with it, but we are not using that today. You know what? If you're on a budget, this is a really great way to get a piece of this suite without breaking the bank. And here is the gorgeous paper. Now this one I've used almost all of it up already, so I only have this little piece left. But isn't this amazing? These colors are just beautiful. And as you can see, I'm just getting started. And look at how easy this one is. You cut it in half and in 3 pieces this way, 4 inches, and you've got 6 super easy card fronts to work with. Here's another. I'll tell you, the hardest part about designing this card was trying to determine which papers that I was going to use. And look at this on the back side. So if you're not a flower gal, you can certainly still use these, and they coordinate beautifully with the front side. So you'll see that I'm actually using this one and this one, and what's the other one? This with the pink background, this one in the card today. But you could really mix and match and do a lot of different things. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first piece that you have is, it's a piece of cardstock, and it is the card base, and it is 4 1/4 by 11 inches. And then I score it at 1 1/4 and 5 1/2. So effectively, it's just a half card, a half sheet of cardstock. Oh, I got a little moisture on there. And then you're just basically folding back this piece, and that becomes our pocket. Look at that. I did not score that evenly. So I'm going to fix that. A little bit of something being off is not a problem. It is a handmade card anyway, but that was a little bit too much. So there's our basic pocket. And then the next layer I'm using a piece of cardstock. It's 5 1/4 by 3 3/4, and that's going to go in here like this. And I'm going to go ahead and move that all the way to the bottom so that it's equidistant across here. So I'll adhere it all down after I give you all the measurements. Then this is a piece of Designer Series paper, and it is 5 inches by 3 1/2 inches. And then I've got a little piece of white, which is 4 1/4 by 3 3/4. So that's going to make the little piece that's going to pull out of the pocket. And then on the front, I have 2 pieces of, one is the white, and this is the piece that's going to go here on the front of the pocket, and that is 4 inches by 1 inch. And then I've got another piece of Designer Series paper, and it's 4 by 3. So 4 inches this way, 3 inches this way. It's going to be covered up, so that's why I only did 3 inches. And that's the base of the card. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see. I usually like to start with the stamping. So, oh, no, that's not the only piece. Wait. I made these little tabs. See that? That's actually a die. So this is Designer Series paper. This is the back of this one that's got the zinnias with the white. I've already cut it out, as you can see. And then this is the same color as this. So this was, I think I forgot to tell you, this is Old Olive, and this is Parakeet Party. And those are coordinating colors in the paper. That's how I decided what colors. And then, so I've got those same 2 pieces. Now I'll tell you, this die is retired. No, this one's staying with us. This is from the Lovely and Sweet dies, which is a part of this suite. It's a mega suite, and the other die and stamp set that comes with it is being retired, but this one is not. So it's the Lovely and Sweet dies. Okay, so the stamping, now I just kept it real simple. I am going to stamp on this little guy here. Again, this is optional, but I just thought it was so cute. It's got this Hooray for Surprises. Has some, it's an interactive stamp set and die set, and it's got open here and pull and for you. So I'm going to use the little pull so that your recipient knows that there's something going on here. And, with a seed packet, it's pretty obvious that there's something going on because you see it peeking out of there. But, if you had this, maybe it was a gift card, the recipient might not know. Or if you didn't put anything in it, they might not know that it was interactive. So that kind of just helps do that, helps let them know that it is. And I'm using Melon Mambo for that little pull so that it's really evident that it's there. And then the next thing I'm going to use is I'm going to just put a little thanks. And I'm using the Old Olive. And this thanks is from Sentimental Park. Let me show you that stamp set. So this is the thanks. I just really like the font on that. I think it's really pretty. And you can see there are a lot of different sentiments that, you could get. It could be, excuse me, it could be a birthday. It could be, it could be just about anything, right? So you make it whatever, use what you've got, whatever sentiments you've got for the occasion. And this is a photopolymer stamp. So get a good clean image. This is actually a little bit of a soft pad. So I don't have to use the stamp pad, the Stampin' Pierce mat. But if you don't have a soft pad, I would recommend doing that. Okay, so let's see. Let me put this aside. And the only other thing I need to do before I assemble this card is, there's my little piece here, is I'm going to emboss this piece with that embossing folder. So I'm going to bring in my my big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Here. And this is a 3D embossing folder. So it will just use, on your embossing machine, it tells you exactly what you need to do. So it's not a die, it's an embossing folder, and you always go hinge first. And there are standard embossing folders and 3D embossing folders. And that's what this one is. So I'm going to use the base plate, which is what I've got in my hand, and plate number 4. This is the gray plate, is number 4. And then I'm going to use this 3D embossing folder. Now this embossing folder runs kind of horizontally. So I'm just putting the paper in somewhere and just kind of looking to see where I can get like a lot of flowers on it. It's going to be covered on the left by bow. So I'm just putting it in. I didn't really want to get at the stems. I want to make sure I have flowers. So I'm just kind of move your embossing folder around and see what you what you want your embossed image to look like. And then this is the fold, and you always want to put your fold side in first. So I'm going to go ahead and run that through very easily. Now I also love to decorate the envelopes, and because I don't have this stamp set, I thought, oh, well, what am I going to do? Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to emboss the envelope as well. Now this is a little trickier because you can't, I only want the flap of the envelope to be embossed. So when I put it in my embossing folder, I'm going to put it like, let's see, it kind of runs this way. I want it to run, I'm going to actually put it here because, again, this is the fold. So I'm lining up the bottom, see the fold of the envelope, just a little bit inside the edge of my embossing folder so that it is going to run through like that, so you can see. So I'm going to put the base plate down. I'm going to put in my embossing folder. I think you can see that. And then I'm going to put the faceplate on top. And as I said, I only have the flap of the envelope in the embossing folder. So now just run that through. And I'll tell you, that is a really fun surprise when your recipient gets that card. Look at that. That is just so cool. They know there's something special in there and that you went to some trouble to make something for them. This is no store-bought card. That embossing is just beautiful. Okay, so you still with me? Let's go ahead and get started. This is a really pretty straightforward card. I'm going to go ahead and this is that inside piece of Parakeet Party. And I like liquid glue. That happens to be my adhesive of choice. And as you will recall, I'm just looking to make sure that it's equidistant top, side, and bottom. And then I'm going to, let's go ahead and put the designer series paper in here. So let's see, which way do I want that to go? Oh, it's beautiful no matter what. I think I want it to go like, no. Yeah, like that. I don't know that it makes a difference, but all right. So I'm going to put this piece in. And again, this one is just equidistant, the bottom and the sides, because it's going to be covered up here on the top. Now make sure you get a good fold here because we are going to, it's a little thick and I want to make sure that it does hold. All right, so now we'll make our little pocket. So this is going to go here, but I think I'm going to put the little tab first. And I'm only going to put a little adhesive on the bottom of this tab. You see how I just did a little bit on the very bottom? Because I'm just going to put this up at the top. I'm kind of just looking to center it. I'm not worried about being super, super precise. And then I'm going to turn it over. And now this piece is going to go on the entire piece. I just really want to make sure that it covers the whole front to back, right? So you don't see it. But I didn't want to see that other side of that designer series paper, so that's why I went ahead and just cut two out of the two different things and put them together. And then this just goes right here inside, and that way you'll have somewhere to write a little note thanking your recipient for whatever wonderful thing they did for you. There we go. And that's the inside. Look at that, we're almost done. Okay, now the pocket. Move that over to the side. So you can see this is gonna fit. You can see it's gonna have plenty of room, but you wanna make sure, right? We need to be able to move this in and out. And because I've got the zinnia seeds, I also want a little bit of kind of, it's going to need to be a little thick, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my tear and tape. Now you can use tear and tape or a, the seal's a little thick, so that's why I like the tear and tape. It's kind of narrow. And this is just the 1/4 inch, and I'm just going to put it, and remember, it doesn't have to go all that way. See, I almost did that. So close it, make sure you don't go too far. And although you can just tear it, because I kind of almost went a little bit too far, I'm going to take that piece off. And I got a little bit of adhesive on there. I'm going to get rid of that so that I don't accidentally, have trouble with it sticking. So again, all the way to the edge, as close as I can get. And make sure I don't go too far up this time. Okay, and take that out. And I'm also going to take my bone folder and I'm going to really burnish this tear and tape, because I want it to stick really well. And you can see on this side, I'm kind of overlapping a little bit on that design, on that cardstock. So I'm gonna give it a good burnish and then take the paper off. That also helps because it makes it a little bit easier for that backing to come off when you've burnished it really well. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy in here just because it's got a little bit of bulk. And I want to make sure when I close this that I give it a little allowance. I kind of allow for that. So I'm going to, again, burnish that side, get it good and stuck, and then come across this side. And then, ideally you can use paper clips or something to kind of keep it tight, to give it a little time to adjust and to really get a good adhesion. This tear and tape works pretty well. I really haven't had any issues, but I am going to come in now and I'm going to go ahead and close up the front of the flap. And then I'm going to adhere my cardstock that's been embossed. This could be, you could switch the embossing, right? The embossing could be the bottom sheet, and this could be Designer Series paper. Or instead of the embossing, you could use a coordinating color of Designer Series paper. That would be really pretty as well. All right, we are almost done. The last thing that I did was I've got this twine. The colors coordinate really well. This is actually from the mini catalog. It's the twine that goes with the hot air balloon set. It's got several colors. I can't remember. There's a third color. I think it's a blue, but the pink and the yellow I thought worked really well. And I just went ahead and let's do it the other way. I just did the same thing. That's fine. I just went ahead and went all the way around. I thought it was kind of cute to have it coming out the back side. And then I'm going to just take, this is double, obviously. I couldn't decide which color to use, so I decided to just use both. And I'm going to just tie a bow there. And this twine is just so easy to work with. Oops, I didn't get my bow all the way. So here, let me show you another little trick. Where's my, if you've got a pair of these reverse pliers, these are great. They'll hold your knot in place. So then when you go to tie your bow, it's like having an extra pair of fingers there. Here's a little tip for you. And I'm gonna bring that a little bit. I'm kind of, see how I'm holding the knot down? So, because otherwise sometimes you see how it wants to twist. If I hold the knot down, it helps prevent it from making that twisting worse, that's for sure. Okay, there we go. And you could always put a little glue dot there if it's twisting too much on you. There we go. And now, there we go. That just slides right in there. Isn't that fun? I hope you enjoyed my little project for you today. And I hope you give it to a fun friend. who likes to garden, and maybe we'll throw some seeds out into their yard and have zinnias coming up all summer long, and they'll be able to think of you and maybe cut a few flowers for you and return the favor. So there we go. I hope you really enjoy this paper. It is definitely one of my favorites. Of course, I say that every time because I just love the pattern paper that Stampin' Up! Has, and the coordinating colors are just so stunning. I hope you can really see that in the video. Thanks for joining me today. Again, my name is Linda Edwards. I am with Stampin' Up! And I'm Crafty Here in Designs. And I love to inspire you to unleash your inner creativity. So again, give me a thumbs up, a like, if you like what you see. And if you have a friend who would be interested, I'd love for you to share my video. That would be great as well. And comment, let me know if you use some other kinds of paper or some things that you do. I'd love to see how you have been inspired to create your own pocket card. Bye for now.